Alright, so I made it downtown Toronto, and I believe the vending machine is in this Royal Bank building. Let's go in and find it. Just in case you're a Star Trek fan, Picard is awesome. Check it out. Hello. Is there a cake vending machine somewhere around here?
Oh, there is, but it's been empty for a long time.
Are you serious? Oh. Hey guys, I am downtown Toronto.
This is twice now you say I'm downtown Toronto. No, Ken, you are not downtown Toronto. You are in, or made it to downtown Toronto. You sound like a moron when you leave out words from sentences.
In the underground, I came down for a specific reason. They have a cake vending machine that I wanted to do a review at. And go figure, it was totally empty. Makes sense. Nobody's around, so I keep the thing filled.
Yeah, why keep it full when no one is around, you say? Could it be due to everyone staying home because of the coronavirus, Ken? Well, everyone except for you, you have continually and without a second thought continued to ignore that request from the municipal, provincial, and federal levels of government. Then you had the audacity to cry over how it has affected your travel plans? Or how it has been tough for you to quarantine? How in the hell has it been tough for you? Oh, because places don't have the foods you want to review, so that makes it so tough? Never mind about the thousands and thousands of people dying or getting sick.
But somebody told me about it, and I just kind of figured, since they told me about it, that it was full and then activated and ready to go.
Typical Ken blaming it on the viewer who suggested it, rather than you doing the research and looking at the dates on things. Or thinking about how food spoils and how so many things have been shut down. Blame yourself for once, you arrogant jackass.
But just walking through the underground has just been really, really eerie. I do have, just to give you a heads up, I do have my mask. So if I need to be in a tight quarters with other people, then I'll be putting my mask on.
You are needlessly out, so you would be needlessly in tight quarters with others. However, going around without the mask, you are already exposed, Ken. How hard is it for you to comprehend just how contagious this virus is? It can be spread in the air via droplets. It can also live on different types of surfaces for hours or even days.
But until then, just keeping my distance from people is basically the way to go. But this is so bizarre and eerie. Check this out. Like, nobody here. One guy meandering around, an employee. It's just dead. You seriously feel like it's the end of the world type scenario where nobody's around. All the shops are boarded up and closed. So let's just take you on a little walk, and I'm going to show you what I just experienced, which is kind of crazy.
It is so frustrating that you know you are in the wrong for being out like this, but you nonchalantly continue to do it. Why? Is making money that vital to you, Ken? I seriously would like you to address this and quit pretending as if you don't realize what you are doing.
I'm always aiming for these doors. They come in handy. So some things are open. Looks like the Starbucks is open. But there are signs everywhere telling you to keep your hands clean, and so it looks like Starbucks is open. The Shoppers Drug Mart. As you can see, some people are wearing masks, some people aren't. This is the LCBO. He's got his face mask on. Of course, that's opening. Body shops are closed. Optometrists are closed. It's like somebody evacuated the city.
It is like the mayor of Toronto asked people to stay home. It is like the premier of Ontario asked people to stay home. It is like the Prime Minister of Canada asked people to stay home. But Ken Domik says it's like someone evacuated the city. What a schmuck. Hey Ken, if you come down with COVID-19, you are going to stay home then, right? You aren't going to go and use the healthcare services after you willfully exposed yourself, eh? Nah, you wouldn't stay home then. Not with the entitlement you ooze in your videos.
They got little arrows on the ground telling you, I guess, to keep on this side. And the other traffic going out is those arrows. So let's abide by those rules.
Whoa, since when does Ken abide by the rules? I'm shocked. Granted, I was always under the impression that in public spaces, most people tended to adhere to the rules of the road mentality. At least that is how I tended to do it. You'd have exceptions, of course, who just walk where they damn well please, but the vast majority went about it as if they were driving in their cars. Of course, in other parts of the world, it would be the opposite, based on which side of the car the steering wheel is on.
Banks are open, but I think you have to kind of knock on the door until they let you in. Obviously, shops like this, closed. And it's just so eerie down here. The funny thing, it was really hard to find a parking spot, which doesn't make sense. You think that it would be easy to find a parking spot, considering there's nobody here.
Parking lots still require people to watch them. And with the stay-at-home orders, the city closed many lots due to the fact there would be limited demand for it. This is why street parking is hard to come by, because that's really the only thing that's open. Keep making these comments that continue to show your oblivious disregard of the situation, though, Ken.
Legs, beautiful. Unfortunately today, David's Tea Shop, retail, Echo. Wow.
Moron, 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 moron. Was that really called for, Ken?
If you haven't seen the movie Contagion, I totally suggest. Indigo is open. There's a guy in there. Oh, temporary close, it says. So I don't know what that guy's doing in there. How did I get down? Oh yeah, it's right here. Yeah, Contagion is a very eerie movie because it's very similar to what's going on right now. So this is the machine I wanted to do a review at. And Carlos, so I looked them up, and apparently they have like a big bake shop in New York City. They're supposed to be really famous. Never really heard of it myself. I guess that's possibly Carlos.
It is not in New York City. It is in Hoboken, New Jersey. Although, given just how huge Cake Boss is, or was, it baffles me how someone who claims to be a food reviewer would not know this. Once again, minimal effort in researching things. It also says right on the damn machine, Hoboken! Oh, and more rude pointing regardless of whether people are around or not.
And maybe he's famous for making cakes, so they would sell for $10 a carrot cake. So the prices were increased. When I saw the advertisement, it was $8.95, so it's jumped up $1. So chocolate, red velvet, rainbow chocolate, vanilla confetti. I was going to try all 6 slices. One of the pictures I did see on the top row, it had other bakery type things, like a kit of baked goods. all different. And then this is where you get your fork.
Didn't even get to try it, but that didn't stop him from complaining about the price increase. Oh, and how entertaining. He is showing us a fork dispenser. Just what I was dying to see.
Fork dispenser. And that looks like it's, oh no, it's still half full or half empty, however you like to look at it.
Would you consider your channel to be half dead or half alive?
Let's just do a quick peek down here. Look at this. Doctor's office is open. There's a lady in there with a mask. Dental centers are closed. Today is basically my last day for my Invisalign.
No one cares about your Invisaligns. You keep bringing them up. Still not sure why you bothered to fix your teeth when your horrible eating habits are going to make it a worthless endeavor anyways. Back to the pointless tour, though.
And so I phoned my orthodontist, and basically it just says, just keep wearing your last braces for the next couple weeks until they figure out whether or not they're going to start bringing in people slowly. But this is the food court, and as you can see, nobody's here. Seating area is closed. They've taken all the chairs away, so nobody attempts to stay here. Harvey's, Greek and Company. Wow. Let's take you up to street level.
Notice how he ignores the arrows on the floor now? Doesn't matter if people are not present, it's called common courtesy, which clearly Ken lacks, as we all know.
I'll show you around up there. At least it's not a total bust.
Trying to lose weight, and so instead of taking the stairs, he takes the escalator. Guess he didn't want to be gasping for air.
I got to make a vlog of something fascinating, scary, disturbing.
Sociopath. He is laughing and joking about an empty building due to a deadly pandemic and likening it to a movie, and quipping how it is eerie and scary shows just how he has no capacity to comprehend the gravity of the situation. It is sickening. Hey Ken, you ever seen the movie Monster? That is the movie I'll liken towards you.
Let's get you up the street level here. I think there's a way. This is probably North Tower Lobby, Wellington. It's a little windy out there, so you might get a little wind across the microphone. Push. I've been using my elbow for push doors.
He just had to show us he was walking up some stairs. His need to be praised for the simplest things knows no bounds.
All right.
Handful of stairs, and you can hear he is winded. For someone who claims to do all that cycling and to have lost over 30 pounds, the fact that you have such little lung capacity or stamina buildup for your lung capacity doesn't add up.
I think I've talked about this building to you guys a few times in past videos, but it's the same building they used in Kick-Ass at the very beginning when the guy jumps off and lands on the top of a taxi. Again, sorry about the wind. A few cars just went by, but basically you can just walk across the street anywhere Not too much traffic, but like I said again, it's weird that I couldn't find a parking spot on the street. Just around the corner is Union Station. Let's go check out Union Station. There's the CN Tower, Union Station. Let's go check that out. It's lunchtime right now in Toronto, and again, very strange that there's 0 people around, all hiding from the virus.
Wrong. People are doing the right thing as asked by all levels of government, unlike you, Ken Domik. We were asked to stay home and only go out for essential purposes, like to get groceries or supplies, not to travel an hour from our homes to go do a YouTube video about a fucking cake machine.
That's the Fairmount Hotel. It's been in a lot of movies. One day I'll stay there, do a review of the rooms. One day. One day.
Domik Nation, how come you haven't ponied up the money for your great and glorious leader Ken to allow him to stay at the Fairmont? He is a king, don't you know? He should be living in a McMansion, not in some shack in the middle of nowhere. Shame on you all.
Shame. 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 Shame, shame, shame. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. Shame on you. This was serious, but it turned into something fun.
Couldn't even wait for the guy to get completely out of the way before he encroached on his space and broke the 6-foot barrier. The gentleman had a mask on for his own safety as well as the safety of others. The black community has been more susceptible to the virus, and the mortality rates are far greater due to underlying health conditions suffered by the color community. Ken doesn't care.
This is really something out of a movie. It really is.
Quit trying to compare this to being out of a movie. The fact that this is the new way of life is all the more reason you should be doing your part too, Ken. Guess you don't turn on any news coverage whatsoever.
The silence is disturbing.
Once again, he laughs at the situation. Who does that?
A couple people trying to go somewhere. And this is the train area down there. But again, nobody's around. Roped off all the seats so people don't sit down and use them. Less temptation to loiter.
Ken just walks about and loiters as he films and makes wisecracks comparing the situation to Hollywood movies.
Same with all those seats. I'm not sure when they're going to open up this wall. I guess they're doing lots of construction in there. Looks like there's a train to Ottawa, Montreal, Windsor, Sarnia. I guess 4 trains coming up. Bet we're going to see more automatic doors in the near future.
Not necessarily. Although sure, Ken, whatever you think, you know what's best.
Beautiful building. not the best of times to check it out.
You think, Ken? Perhaps it was best to stay at home? Ignorance is bliss, right?
Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Downtown Toronto during the pandemic. It's June 2nd, I believe. And again, at lunchtime, nobody around. A few employees for Via Train. And that's about it.
That look right there, smug shoulder shrugging, is what we can expect from Ken. He doesn't want to accept the pandemic, so he fights against the rest of society by just doing what he wants, all to keep making money. With nearly 400,000 global deaths attributed to COVID-19, it is not something to take lightly. We have nearly 7 million people with confirmed cases around the globe, and Ken does not care at all.
If you guys want to see more of these videos, little adventures in Toronto, let me know. If you're new to the channel.
Doing this when it is safe to do so is one thing, but continually ignoring the pleading from all levels of government is a slap in the face to the vast majority of us who made sacrifices for the greater good. Ken simply refuses to get it. Just admit what you are doing, Ken, honestly. I'd actually give you a bit of respect for telling the truth for once. Doesn't mean I will stop reacting to you and being critical of what you do, but at least we would see you being honest for once on this issue. Rather than do any further reacting to Ken for this video, I'd figure I'd take a moment to let you all know I set up a Discord server for the community. I'd love to be able to have a place where we can have a conversation in real time. My request is that it be civil. When it verges into an unsavory place, it could end up being shut down. Criticism and discussion are fine and dandy, but hate speech could cross the line. You can find the link in the description below. I will be in and out as my time allows. I really want to see it grow, as right now it is very basic. Today we also surpassed the 250 subscriber mark on the channel, which is fantastic. Honestly, I have to say this is mostly due to the KDRC recommending me to their community, which I am eternally grateful for. The amount of participation has been outstanding, and I have tried to ensure I respond to as many comments as I can. I've taken any feedback into consideration, and as always, I welcome any constructive criticism, suggestions, or requests. I've been aiming to try and get a new video up daily or every other day. I'm trying to balance things so that it doesn't feel like a burden, as I know that YouTube burnout can come on when you least expect it. I'm honestly enjoying the video editing process. Of course, it can get tiresome listening to Ken or seeing his mug on my screen for hours and hours, but it is the feedback and comments and appreciation from y'all that is honestly the motivation to push me through it. I love seeing familiar names in the comments, as it helps me to feel a rapport with you on some level. At any rate, though, enough of my nonsense for this video. As always, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. A like can go a long way to helping out as well. I love the comments, and sometimes I'll spend too much time responding, and in some instances, a few of you might get a little novella from me. However, this has been another Ken Domik dissemination expose. And until next time, KDDE out.
Hit that subscribe button. And if you appreciated this video and you liked it, give it a thumbs up. See you in the next vlog.